Welcome to today's episode, where we dive deep into understanding why people are shy. You see it all the time, folks who clam up, avoid eye contact, and just seem plain uncomfortable in their own skin when they're around others. Let's explore the various factors and fears that contribute to shyness. We're going to peel back the layers and get to the heart of what makes folks tick, or in this case, what makes them retreat. We're talking about getting real, folks, and understanding the hows and whys of shyness. Now, some folks are just wired a little differently right out of the gate. Genetics plays a role, you see. It's like inheriting your dad's blue eyes or your mom's curly hair. Some folks are predisposed to shyness from birth. They might be more sensitive to new environments or unfamiliar faces, and that sensitivity can show up as shyness. They're like delicate flowers. You got to handle them with care. Ever heard of the amygdala? It's the part of your brain that controls the fear response. And for some folks who struggle with shyness, that amygdala is working overtime. It's like it's stuck on high alert, sending out signals that spell danger in everyday social situations. Imagine going through life with your internal alarm system constantly going off. That's what it's like for some people. Now let's talk about the impact of upbringing. The way we're raised can leave a lasting impression on how we see ourselves and the world. Overprotective parents, while well-intentioned, might inadvertently make their kids more vulnerable to shyness. If a child is constantly shielded from social situations or made to feel fearful of the outside world, it's no wonder they might struggle with shyness later on. We all carry baggage from our past, folks. And sometimes those past experiences can manifest as shyness. Think about it. If you were bullied or ridiculed as a child, you might be hesitant to put yourself out there as an adult. Those negative experiences can leave emotional scars that run deep, making it hard to trust people and feel comfortable in social settings. We live in a world that often celebrates extroversion, don't we? The loud, the bold, the life of the party. Those are the folks who seem to get all the attention. But what about the quieter souls? In cultures that prioritize outgoing personalities, shy individuals might feel like they're swimming upstream. That pressure to conform to societal expectations can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of self-consciousness and inadequacy. Low self-esteem is a real confidence killer, folks. When you don't believe in yourself, it's hard to imagine that others would either. Shy individuals often struggle with negative self-talk, constantly putting themselves down and doubting their worth. This lack of self-worth can make it incredibly difficult to step outside their comfort zones and engage with the world confidently. They might avoid social situations altogether, fearing judgment and rejection. Listen, folks, social skills are learned, not magically bestowed upon us. If someone hasn't had a lot of opportunities to practice those skills, it's natural for them to feel unsure of themselves in social situations. It's like learning to ride a bike. You're going to wobble a bit at first, but with practice and exposure, those feelings of awkwardness and uncertainty start to fade. Ever feel like all eyes are on you, judging your every move? That's the spotlight effect in action, folks, and for people who struggle with shyness, that spotlight can feel blindingly bright. They might worry excessively about what others think of them, constantly second-guessing themselves and fearing criticism. It's like they're living life under a microscope, afraid to make a wrong move. Fear of rejection, the sting of exclusion. Rejection hurts, folks. There's no way around it. And for shy individuals, that fear of rejection can be paralyzing. They might avoid putting themselves out there, convinced that they'll be met with indifference or worse, outright rejection. This fear can stem from past experiences of being excluded or ignored, leaving them feeling unworthy of connection and belonging. Fear of embarrassment, the dreaded faux pas. We've all been there, that heart-stopping moment when you say or do something embarrassing. But for shy individuals, the fear of embarrassment can be all-consuming. They might avoid social situations altogether, terrified of making a mistake, saying the wrong thing, or becoming the target of laughter. This fear can stem from a deep-seated need for approval and a fear of being judged negatively by others. Fear of vulnerability, letting your guard down. Opening up to others requires vulnerability, and that can be a scary proposition for anyone, especially those who struggle with shyness. Letting others see your true self, flaws and all, requires courage and trust. Shy individuals might build walls around their hearts, fearing that if they let people in, they'll be hurt or taken advantage of. Overcoming shyness, taking back your power. Understanding the roots and fears of shyness is the first step towards overcoming it. Remember, shyness doesn't have to define you. There are ways to challenge those negative thought patterns. Build your confidence and step into your own power. Stay tuned for more insights and tips on how to break free from these fears. Thanks for watching.